Alright, hello everyone. Today I'll be taking a closer look at the Spelunky journal, which I got from the Spelunky Collector's Edition from fangamer.com. I did unbox this before, but I'm going to be taking a look at the actual journal now, showing like everything in it. Just so you know, this is a voiceover. I'm recording this after the video that you'll be seeing, and yeah. Anyway, I guess just like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. If you can predict the future, know you'll like the video, and yeah, let's get into the book. Alright, so before we look into the actual book, let's look at the outside of the book first. And as you can see on the outside of the book, there are a lot of fake holes and fake tears, which is supposed to be more realistic towards how the book actually looks in the game, which I think is a really good touch to it. And obviously you can see the logo of the skull and the guy Spelunky. And so it's on the back as well, along with the Spelunky and Fangamer logo, which, like I said earlier, is where I got the Collector's Edition from. Not sponsored, but yeah. And so inside you can see the table of contents, which lists everything that we'll be taking a look at today, along with the Encyclopedia, which is basically just the bestiary where all the monsters are listed in the journal. And so yeah, I'll be reading pretty much everything, the main stuff. And here's this medallion, which we'll take a look at to use for a mini game later in the book. But anyway, let's get into the actual book. So when you first open the book, you're obviously going to be drawn to the illustrations, which makes sense. That's the first thing you see in the title of Spelunky HD. Let's go ahead and read this, a little bit of this first passage here. Endless possibilities, countless dangers, unbelievable wealth all await you deep within the depths, and the mines are the gateway to it all. Century-old tunnels are abandoned, not because they're exhausted, but because the menaces that are there, both supernatural and the enemies and all that. We have this rock here, which, if you want to read that, go ahead and pause it. I'm not going to read literally everything. Then we have something on the bottom, which looks like scrambled words, but I'm honestly not sure. So if you know, comment that, I guess. Let's turn the page here. And as you can see, we're at the first area, the mines. And so we got the illustration, and let's read some of the first passage. As you creep through the darkness, your steps lit only by your torch, glittering scarabs skitter across the walls. You try not to let the bright reflective gold of their backs distract you, but it does, and you think of walking closer for a better look. All you can think about is what a shopkeeper would give you for a single beetle. You've heard stories of the wares and goods they sell, and it goes on a little bit. And as you can see, there's a scrambled sentence here, which I'll just tell you. It reads, Callie's altar lies right. Yeah, that is what it is unscrambled, but let's move on to the next page. Okay, now that I've finally turned the page, as you can see, there is picture of a shopkeeper here with a shotgun, potions, stuff like that. And there are a lot of mini games in this book. As you can see, this is like a maze one where you have to collect all the ropes without being in line of those targets, which is supposed to be a shopkeeper. The next move, if you're adjacent to a shopkeeper, you have to be unadjacent to it. And yeah, let's move on. Alright, on to the second area, the jungle. Another unique illustration, but let's go ahead and read this. Stepping out of the dark, you reach your hands up to cover your eyes. The light shining through the vines make you squint and almost long for the pitch blackness again, but soon your eyesight adjusts and are able to start moving again. Woo, anyway. So as you can see, we got the bees right there. It's really cool as well, but anyway. Alright, so before we get to the ice caves, as you can see, the haunted castle right here, they do have a few of the secret areas in the game, which I showed in the beginning, except for like the City of Gold, I think. And yeah, you can see the haunted castle right here, and they have other ones that I'm going to show in a second. So yeah, I'm going to speed through that, and let's get to the ice caves. Okay, so we make our way out of the jungle onto the ice caves. You hear your voice, you hear your echo down below, and you almost fall into the dark pit of the ice caves. You yell hello down below, and as you emerge, you can see the crystals and walls, and your cheeks flush as freezing air hits your face. And yeah, and so you can see on the right side of the page, you can see the the first specimen from the woolly mammoth, which is not in Spelunky 2, and yeah, let's speedrun through the rest. So this is the part I was talking about earlier where you have to use the medallion. So let me quickly pull that out and show you how this minigame works. Okay, so basically what you have to do with this medallion, well, first off, the minigame is you basically have to be thrown by yetis but still keep your health intact. So you start off with 7 and each yeti is 1 throw. You have to line up those triangles, as you can see with the yetis, with what I'm doing right now, and you have to get to the end before your health runs out. And I'm not going to do it, but as you can see, that's how it works. And alright, in the last main area of the game, the jungle, it seems like the early moments have passed, but suddenly you realize a change in your surroundings. You were so tired and exhausted from your trek that you barely noticed the change in scenery. Stones have replaced the damp dirt that was once at your feet, and yes, so let's go through this to the end. Alright, so now on to the final boss, Olmec. So let me go ahead and zoom in here so I can read it. There you go. The chamber is more massive than you could have ever imagined. The daunting temple archways loom over you, and you feel heat coming from somewhere underneath. Tiny planes of smoke seep out of cracks in the ground, telling you that the surface you stand on hides more peril down below. And in the middle of the atrium stands a knightly stone being, Olmec, 10 times the size you thought, or 10 times your size, and he moves very fast. Alright, some fantastic editing there, but anyway, so another minigame. This is basically to prepare for Olmec. Just get the bombs. This is like the one from the shopkeeper before. Get the bombs, don't be in the sight of the crush traps for too long, and then over here you use the bombs. Depending on how many you use, you can create those patterns, as you can see right there, and the goal is just to create a, I think, 4 deep hole that Olmec can die in, obviously, just like the main game, because obviously that's how it works. Let's see if I can turn a page. There you go. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and read this final passage. You scoop him up and set him on the back of the camel. There's really no questioning anything. It seems if you've learned anything during this trip, with the pug blissfully riding along and your treasure packed away, you kick up your heels and set your camel towards the sunset. There's no telling where you will end up next, but goodness knows you're filled with anticipation for the next great adventure. The end. And yeah, you can see the picture there. There's a lot more, so you can pause and read if you want. But yeah, that was a look into the main book, and if we turn the page here successfully, we'll see that it starts the Encyclopedia. Yeah, but anyway, I'm just going to do a montage of the Encyclopedia, and yeah, thanks for watching. Like I said in the beginning, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.